DAY1 has a plan in place, a strategy ready to go. Now, Zero has been very shaky. Him and Payne haven't had the best of seasons. They're really relying on Vansu to step up, use his pocket jungle picks, which he's known for, like the Hecarim, in order to pull back deficits for his team.
Yeah, there is a strong possibility. If you take a look at the averages when it comes to experience differences around 15, there is a solid chance Kamsa could be 2 to 3 levels up over Azure, because Azure's been, like you mentioned, very shaky.
Yep.
We're here into our draft. Steel Wolf's going to be on blue side. LYB on the red side. And we'll see.
It should be a heavy jungle ban game
Yeah.
again. You'd expect LYB to take away the Kalista nice and early. It's YJY's pocket pick. You'd expect the Hecarim to be taken away as well. Don't allow Vansu to get his pocket pick into LYB.
See the Olaf being banned out to start things off here on the side of Steel Wolves. Akali going to be banned by LYB. Akali making a bit of resurgence overall. Almost globally 100% pick and ban and competitive on 9.16.
She's just strong. With the current meta, you play an assassin. There's no real way to deal with the threats at the moment and provide so much power in the mid game where you're running around looking for these skirmishes. So you just don't want anyone to get a hands on a champion that, you know, wins their lane, has good skirmish potential, and scales well into the late game as well. Just a flexible pick, taking it away straight away.
Aatrox going to be banned as well.
Thank God.
This time on the blue side. Not going to draw the red side ban right
Which
away.
is sad. Red side teams banning Aatrox makes me very unhappy.
You mean blue side?
Blue side teams, that's right.
I know the colors are flipped right now. It's a little.
Yeah. Blue side teams banning Aatrox makes me sad. It's definitely a very strong first pick.
Oh, Yumi going to draw a ban here, even after the nerfs. Coming in on 9.16.
Annoying as hell, this champion. Get rid of it. Get out of my game. Aatrox and Yumi, get out of the game. I'll be happy with League of Legends.
Still, though, if YJY wants that Kalista, it could still be available if they want to try and draw something signature out. You wouldn't pair that with a Yumi anyway. It's rare that you throw a cat into the middle of a team fight and expect it to survive. Ooh, Jarvan also going to be drawing a ban here from Steel Wolves. So again, another jungle taken off the table away from DAY1.
The only problem is if you go towards Kalista right now, the enemy team can just pick Xayah or Khan first rotation and they'd be pretty happy with their bottom lane no matter what you play against it. So if I was Steel Wolves here and Xayah's not banned, I'm picking it straight away. I would say YJY, your Xayah's not bad, play it. And that would force LYB to get Kai'Sa on Gary's champion. You can go towards Ezreal as well, but I think when you go up against Xayah, you really want to be picking up the Kai'Sa, someone who can be aggressive and play around feathers a lot easier. So just pick it, Azure.
Well, they got rid of the Sylas here on LYB, so
Pick the Xayah.
or they just want to get some.
Pick.
They want to get some heavy priority in that jungle. It looks like instead. So Vansu's going to have that. A lot of aggression early.
Does give Xayah a Khan over if LYB want to focus on that. Karma is a possibility as well, so they could go Xayah Karma if they want and then pick Rakan third.
See here, taking their time. Side of LYB. Want to try and get that bot lane immediately. Oh, they do show. Gonna have a Kench being unbenched.
Okay. That's not the first pick
As
I
you
had in
go
mind.
quack, quack.
It's not the first pick I had in mind. Okay.
Fish even, hey, you jinxed it, Fish. You said some of these teams don't give you, they help you with the headaches. Instead, they're going for the Varus as well.
Very popular Korean AD carry build at the moment. Not necessarily in competitive play, but lots of people are moving back towards Varus. Dayu is a pocket pick Varus player, and constantly paired up with Tahm Kench. It means you give away Xayah Rakan, which I thought would be the first pick coming in here for LYB. So I was a little bit concerned. If they don't pick Rakan here, that's just going to be banned away. And Xayah still pairs well with a lot of different supports, which so many are still strong and available. Nautilus, Alistar, all up and ready to go.
Makes sense, though, if they wanted to just pick up the Rakan. You got the Lovers Duo.
And this lane does well into Tahm Kench, so curious what LYB's plan is with Varus Tahm Kench being shown so early. Especially when you're in playoffs, I feel like if this is a pocket pick you have in mind, you should hide it for when you desperately need it. Game 1, when you're the favorites and heavy favorites of that. If they went Xayah, Rakan, Sejuani here, they'd be perfectly fine. We have very strong team fighting comp set up with your solo lanes being hidden a little bit. XSW would take some bans in the mid lane, but you could hide topside pick for Gamza.
With that, Sejuani showing quite a heavy pick composition already. Can catch people out with the Chains of Corruption or the Glacial Prison. See now, Karma being drawn as a ban by the side of Liab.
Mid lane ban should come out here from Steel Wolves. Just take away a few of XSW's key picks that they don't want to deal with.
Kiana being banned out here. Popular pickup for XSW. Starting to see some play also globally. Saw it a couple times last night in LPL.
Champions like Renekton are still available, so Steel Wolves here will want to counter pick mid lane, which should be shown here by Liab, and they can go something like Renekton, who's safe topside. Uzi's not playing this game, so I don't know why you need to ban
I don't know why the Quinn ban
something
came out.
they know we don't. Scouting over towards Azure, been playing a lot of Quinn. Don't want to deal with it.
Possibly.
Why ban a Renekton? What does Steel Wolves have in mind for topside? They've got to show first, and I feel like the best blind pick here would actually be the Renekton.
That or they're going to let Liab here. Again, it could be a mid lane Camille. We have seen it once or twice in LST.
Should be Gamza's pick topside. Uses it effectively.
Oh, yes. I said it during pregame. It's actually come out.
It's not going to pick it.
Oh, it gets locked in. We get new Pantheon. Let's go.
Why did he pick it?
Yes.
Why did he pick it?
I was literally looking over this, and I asked, are they allowed to play Pantheon? And Fish goes, nah, no one picked Pantheon. Boom, comes in. And that's a top lane Pantheon. That's new Pantheon, by the way. All right, Fish, what you got to say to that? I don't even know how this matchup goes into a Camille, to be honest.
I don't think it does well at all.
Both of you, they could flex that either, too.
Pantheon Elise is still very strong. Point and click follow-up CC is great. Camille is just so safe. So if I think it's okay if they're able to abuse the Pantheon Elise combo to get an advantage on the top side of the map, then sure, you've got a position where you can abuse the fact that Liab's early game is not that strong. I mean, if it's Nico top side of the map as well, you could also punish that. So they're taking a note out of our hedge book, and they are running Camille in the mid lane, not going towards Camille topside, which means Syndra not going to have the best of time in the mid lane. But we talked about it. Steel Wolves' weakness is their topside play. YJY and Slayer, they've got a good matchup and good picks. Pantheon Elise could be their way to try and say, let's get an advantage topside of the map, and then we can snowball from that and use our bottom lane later in the game.
Well, they'll have to here. They're going up against Gamza, which pretty strong opponent. We'll see. Battle of the Philippines gets underway here as we load in for game one. Excited to see the new Pantheon. I don't think I've actually seen it in a game. I haven't watched a full game with it just yet. So
Nico's items are bugged, by the way. Corrupting pot on stopwatch cooldown. Stopwatch on.
Don't worry about it, Fish.
You can see the bug as well. He's like, what? No, I need my corrupting
He's
pot.
like, what?
Swap that back.
I didn't even know that was a bug. That's pretty funny.
It's just official bug.
It would still scare you. You'd still be like, wait, what? Why is my corrupting pod on a 6-minute cooldown? Oh, no, they changed it. I think it'd be 8 minutes now. That'd be even scarier.
Pantheon.
Doing Pantheon things.
I wanna be the very best.
You still see a lot of kind of the it's like iconic parts of the kit still in it. You still have that Q. Instead, now it is a skill shot. A little bit more versatile, though.
Yeah, they gave him the Rise treatment.
Yeah.
Rework, but kinda.
Yeah, so he kind of has a Q very similar to the Pike Q, where you can either throw or just get a stab out, if I recall. Big one, though, is his big shield. Can block all the incoming damage from one direction.
Only at 5 stacks.
Only at 5 stacks, though.
So before 5 stacks, it's not as effective. Still reduces damage, I believe.
don't know, I'm trying to get exact numbers, but they've changed how things are shown now on champion releases. There used to be a page, I can't find the page. Oh, look at that though, immediately coming in onto Gamza, getting that quick level 2.
And it's still the same as old Pantheon. If you never get level 2, jump in, strike, and throw spears at him. That's still a very oppressive top lane, and Release is a good jungler to capitalize on that, so lots of early advantages towards top side, but this is what we expected from the Camille mid.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough one here. Pain's going to be needing to kite back a decent amount of damage.
I mean, that's nice, though. Pain understands that if he doesn't trade back, he's going to be completely lost in this mid lane, so as soon as all the abilities are used by Camille and forced to back away, he turns around and gets some good trades back in his favor. Bot lane's going as we'd expect, though. Varus and Tahm Kench will have good poke early on, as Sly is going to be able to get in amongst Hammers, try and get some damage on towards this Tahm Kench, potentially locking him down.
All is calm, though.
Calm, I just watched Gary use a panic arrow to try and secure last hits. Doesn't look calm to me.
Oh, let's see. And simple trade back. CS is dead even, don't matter. Panic arrow, why not?
This Pantheon, it's just scary. Here comes Vansu, ready for the topside ganks.
So the Azur's always pushing in, so Gamza should be safe. Vansu's going to complete the back. And 5 stacks on that Mortal Will. There's some extra abilities across the board when you use your next ability. So we'll see whether or not. Really easy stack up Conqueror now, though, on to Pantheon. Pretty much
hard to do that, though, with it being a ranged Glacial Augment Nico.
Yeah.
You can get good burst damage, but stacking up Conquerors is going to be a different story. Pantheon.
There you go. Instantly jumps in. And just a quick back off there.
He popped his Corrupting Pot after he distributed his damage. He got a lot more value out of popping it early there.
Additionally, too, when you hit level 6, you can say the Nico ultimate in lane is going to be a little bit more impactful than, say, a Pantheon ultimate. So Gamza will have that in his pocket, as that's going to start pushing back into the Pantheon.
Flashes of mid lane to try and go for a gank. 2 being burnt by LYB. Gamza.
Still jumping in here. Zor, able to land the Q, gets the slow. Gamza still has flash available. Zor 2 does not want to go for the full play, still waiting on the cooldown of the stun.
Very aggressive coming up from Azure. Understands that he can go for a good trade against Gamza. Melee champions do have better base movement speed than ranged champions, so he's able to chase down the Nico through the snare that came out originally.
Oh, Sly looking to position, gets the jump, but Gary gets immediately brought back. Blade Caller, though, finds its mark, and Gary's running low. Ignite is there. YJ flashing forward. Gary is going to survive with the potion. James getting rather aggressive. YJY, though, does not have the Blade Caller to get the root. And everything used here by the side of Steel Wolves, whereas James still has his flash available.
Gary still has a biscuit too, so he can sustain perfectly fine in this lane. And as long as you're low against a Varus, you need to get the heck out of that lane. A wild arrow could hit you in the knee, and suddenly you're going to go down.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Pain doesn't have that level 6. Vansu's been rather quiet on this Elise so far. Pain's, you know, just trying to stop backs, trying to delay X's in as long as possible. Does have teleport, though, so should be able to get back in the lane just fine.
This lane's really going as we expect. I mean, Camille's being aggressive to mid lane, but Syndra's range and not going to have too much trouble going up against that. Zyra Khan should have the upper hand in that bottom side. And Nico should struggle against Pantheon early on. LYB, especially since they picked a Sejuani jungle. Their job here is just survive till 15 minutes before they make anything happen, because until then, Steel Wolves have reign over this map with the picks that they've picked up.
Let's see. First back for the supports. We already see the roaming coming out from Sly. Just going to get some wards down. He's going to spot out DAY1 coming into the river. DAY1 taking some time here. Might look for a play onto Pain if Pain's not careful. Might find safety toward the bot side of the map, but he's got to be so careful. Here comes DAY1 over toward the side. EXO, oh, they both show. No one pulls the trigger just yet. Both holding on.
If they wanted to try and make that gank happen, they would have had to wait until Pain pushed up the lane like he is now, but decided that they needed to see if they can go for a force, which they couldn't.
Ooh,
Only a big chunk of damage to that connector, but Azure not able to land.
Yeah, Comet Spear not connecting fully there.
And you can see if this was early Gamza, like last split Gamza, he'd be dead a few times now, but now up against an unfamiliar matchup, able to hold his own okay, playing it fine, only burning a flash so far, and that's going to come off of cooldown in just under 2.5 minutes.
Here we go, though. Two members coming up toward top lane. There we go. That's going to be the stun, and it lands onto the correct one. Nico ultimate going to be pop. Pop Blossom comes down, gives him a little bit of a shield. But first blood is going to go over to Pain as he picks up the kill on the Syndra.
That's what we need to see out of Steel Wolves. LYB have a composition that doesn't really kick off until 15 minutes in. They can't defend very well. Nico's not safe top side of the map. Sejuani's not very effective until she gets her first completed jungle item. His tanky can gank. Bruiser heavy, but not enough damage like an Elise, and not the mobility that Elise has either. So, bully the top side of the map, get Azure ahead of Gamza, and then try and use that lead to take fights in the mid game when LYB's team composition comes online. Beautifully played and strategically sound coming out from Steel Wolves.
So nicely done here. They pick up first blood. Does get responded by LYB as they are able to secure the dragon. And we see Vansu. Oh, here we go. Grand Starfall going to be used here, and right on top of Gamza. Here they go. Oh, they picked the wrong one. Oh, no, the outplay coming out from Gamza, and he's able to find the kill. Beautifully done on the Nico.
Yeah, you got bamboozled. Meanwhile, Vansu's in trouble.
DAY1 connects on to the Arctic Assault. Stun's also going to land, and Gamza's huge on the Nico, finding a quick 2v1 in his favor.
The deception coming out from Nico to throw the clone forward and come back in time was beautiful.
No.
Now Pain's in trouble, no flash available.
And DAY1 has the ultimate available. Pain tries to separate, doesn't even need to use it as DAY1 and XSW able to find another one, and LYB starting to put their foot on the gas pedal.
And you can't have plays like this go south. This is where Steel Wolves need to be strong. First Pantheon ultimate wasted, double kill going back and return mid lane being taken down. LYB have just bought themselves so much space to scale up to 15 minutes where they're going to start to be able to fight a lot easier. Make matters worse, Gams has even got a defensive item for himself.
Yeah.
Arm guard already picked up, so stacking up armor on the top side of the map, making it so that Pantheon just hits a little bit less hard than he already is.
And on top of that too, for Gamza, that's a lot of patience. Still has yet to use the stopwatch too. Now it is off online. DAY1 has the ultimate available. Root's going to land. Here it goes. Pop Blossom into a quick ultimate. Again, holding on. Doesn't even need it. Another stun is going to land, and things are getting bad to worse here in top lane. Gamza with 3 kills.
And this is why aggressive picks sometimes don't pan off. You don't get those snowball leads. Suddenly you're just going to be camped top side of the map. Here's that original gank. I like the idea, the execution though, underneath the turret, getting bamboozled by the Nico. Just disastrous. Vansu can't even follow up because of the deception that Nico has. And Pantheon's ultimate, even though it's reworked, is still very telegraphed. You see the spear come out, and then Pantheon follows through shortly after. You've got to be ready for that.
Gives you a little bit of extra time on top of that. Now Merc Tread's going to be completed here for Gamza, so he's going to be able to escape some of that CC a little bit earlier if they try and go for a play. And oh boy, for Steel Wolves, I like the cheeky pick. I do like it. But so far it's not paying off. It's now going to be a 1,300 gold lead in favor of LYB. Vansu going to try and start up the Rift Herald. DAY1 scouting this out. Here comes Gamza. Or they might just go again onto this poor Pantheon that's starting to get harassed quite a bit. Oh, Zor can't step up. Oh no, it's happening again. Meanwhile, Vansu's at the Rift Herald. The stuns are going to land through Azure, trying to avoid the damage. Had the shield out. Is it going to be enough, though? He will get taken down as DAY1 now picks up his first kill of the game.
Finally using the ultimate to secure a kill. He hasn't needed it in the past few ganks. Opening up the map for LYB as well. Sly in trouble.
Sly going very aggressive here. Blade Caller comes back. Chain of Corruption going to be used in response. Feather Storm going to be there. Hamas, though, he just eats up the Rakan. Doesn't even care about this Xayah flashing away with the Blade Caller. Flash forward on the arrow. It doesn't do enough damage, and YJY escapes.
Misplay coming out from Gary. He had 3 stacks of his W on towards the Xayah, so he was certain that single arrow was going to be able to kill YJY, but they fell off. He didn't get an auto attack down in time, and YJY lives to fight another day. Not committing for that kill there, but still very good turnaround. That's the problem running into this lane. If you miss your engage as Rakan, you are a dead support.
And that is tough. Gary just not able to charge the Q long enough, it seems, there. Had 4 points in it, so instead trying to get a quick arrow to try and get YJY. Instead, he will survive. They do take down, though, Sly in the end. It's still a 2,500 gold lead in favor of LYB as they now sit 5 kills ahead of Steel Wolves. Then just going to get some vision here. Sly again trying to roam off the back. Get some vision down. Going to have ourselves an Ocean Drake joining us here shortly for the second dragon of the game, as LYB picked up the first cloud earlier. Items starting to come online for both sides. Bork finished up here for Gary. Essence Reaver completed on the Xayah for YJY. Runic Echoes here for Vansu as well. Otherwise, just mainly components elsewhere on the board.
LYB have scaled so well. We're at the point where they can start to take team fights, and I don't think Steel Wolves have the firepower unless they get a fantastic pick to start the fight to take on a full strength of LYB anymore. Vansu does have the Rift Tail for himself. They still can make a play with that objective.
See, they'll need to be able to find themselves a play, as LYB are going to go ahead and try and kite back the dragon. Get some pressure here. Looks like LYB confident that they should be able to secure this here with 4 members.
Easy pickup coming out for LYB again. Steel Wolves want to fight. They know that this is where they're strong, but LYB's 6 kills means they've bridged that power spike where Steel Wolves are meant to be stronger. They can fight this. Dodo is waiting to try and see if he can engage.
We'll see. Doy stepping up. Shelly's going to get a charge in. There
Oh!
it is. Oh, beautiful ultimate. Both teleports coming in from the top lane, though. Who's going to come in? The Nico ultimate finds 4 members. Bladecaller tries to rip back. Vansu goes down low. Still no damage here as the shield is there for Azure. But guess what? It's a little bit too late. Bladecaller able to find its mark. Payne also gets the Scatter of the Week. Here comes X's in, though, finding a double flash forward coming out from the side of LYB. And Gamza also going to connect onto a double root. Double kill for the Nico. And it is just Sly remaining as LYB pull the trigger and secure 4 kills.
How much more beautiful can those fights get? LYB playing it perfectly. The prediction from Dodo to throw up the ultimate onto more players as Rakan jumps back. The lockdown from Gary after Nico uses the ultimate to secure them in one spot. Beautifully played. This is why their composition comes online at 15 minutes, and there was nothing LYB could do. However, they knew this was coming. They saw LYB in the vicinity as they dropped Rift Tail, but they still decided to stick around anyway.
And guess what? Nico has a little bit more of a teleport impact than, unfortunately, that Pantheon. And let's go ahead and take another look at that engage from Dodo. Ooh.
Just so pretty.
And then,
Gary waits as well. Waits for the ultimate to come down, then throws it out to lock everyone here. You see, they don't even move. Both the Pantheon as well as the Syndra force the back lane. It was a nice feather call into a stun coming out from Syndra, but at this point you're so low, you cannot follow up with anything.
So Azure trying to save what he could, but then ends up getting a rooted here onto Payne. And oh boy.
Kings of team fights in Southeast Asia for a reason, and LYB flexing and muscle showing why. Now with a 6,000 gold lead, if you're Steel Wolves, you're praying for a good pick. You're praying someone from LYB walks out of position, someone like Hummus. You get a pick, you try and work with that, get Pantheon into a skirmish where you have more numbers than they do, and hope that works, because right now you are bleeding out. LYB with the composition online, just keep going all full steam ahead.
And this is kind of also too, this top lane starting to get heavily exposed. You have Azure, who's now down 4 deaths. He's practically almost down 2 levels. He only just hit level 10. Vansu and Sly are nearby. Is the damage going to be enough, though? They get themselves a quick stun into a knock-up, and Gary gets taken down. Here comes DAY1 over toward the side, but they have no carry. Meanwhile, XSW going to teleport in on the Camille. Want to try and maybe turn this one around. No, the Nico's still in bot lane, so it's just there for the disengage.
And that's what you want. If you're Steel Wolves, you need to find these picks. Look to try and lock down Gary. Beautiful gank coming out to make sure they can kill the AD carry from the side of LYB and slow LYB down. By getting this pick, you can now rotate the map, control the tempo, get more farm for your carries, and pick them off again. But they can't let up. They need to keep finding them because they are 6,000 gold behind. They need to shorten that goal lead because even at a 2,000 gold deficit, LYB are technically ahead because of their composition. You get them that spear, Zero. You throw that spear in their face. You tell them who's boss.
And Hamas and Gary are just going to keep pushing. DAY1's just camping here at this point. Azur saying, come on, man. And with that, that should be the tower going down in favor of LYB. Teleport also being burned here by YJY. Vansu. It's a quick catch here onto DAY1, but that's still a tanky Sejuani, bud. So third tower of the game goes down in favor of LYB before the 20-minute mark. Starting to accelerate the gold lead. Now it's 6,000 gold. Items now starting to get complete. We now have Ninja Tabbies there for Gary. You're going to have Trinity Force online here shortly for XSW. Zonia's and GLP actually completed for Gamza. GLP especially on this Nico. Ooh, it's going to be huge.
Gamza is big right now. That last team fight helped him out so much to pick up such a big lead. Get into the back lines now, pop the Zonias, and now he's invulnerable. While you try to fight the rest of his team, he'll lock you down at an AoE.
Especially once that flash comes off cooldown too, Gamza is always that engaged threat that's available. And it's easy to find these targets, especially with the Glacial Augment. Instead, Steel Wolves opting to play into a 4-man ARAM in mid lane. Getting a little desperate. They have a lot of vision on the other side of the map. As, again, all 4 are shown here on bot side. Yeah, XSW can keep pushing. There's no teleport available for Steel Wolves.
Keep going. I mean, Steel Wolves are focusing on a Cloud Dragon. I don't think that's the objective you really want to be taking at the moment.
Well, there's even pings going into mid lane here. Sure, you get that, but XSW is about to get a free tower and top.
Takes it pretty quick. Doesn't have a Tiamat, doesn't have a Trinity Force available, but does have the Sheen. It's still about half health, so that's not bad. LYB able to open up space for XSW here. They traded Cloud Dragon for lots of space.
So get some damage in there. Also going to deny some minions. Surprise! It's Gamza the entire time. Beautiful combo coming through. Vansu's going to get taken down.
This is what LYB. This is what Steel Wolves are meant to be doing with their pick composition, but unfortunately not able to do so. Everyone from the side of LYB is ahead of Steel Wolves, except for Hammers, who is above.
He's almost equal to Azur.
Almost. And Azur is not doing hot this game. He doesn't have one item complete. He's got the KFC variety bucket build.
See Trinity Force now online here for the Camille. Excellent, able to pick that up in the next back. All is well. You also got Stone Plate here for DAY1, so he's going to get a little bit tankier during these fights. Going to get that surprise health bar as he looks for the engage.
LYB should honestly set up for Baron. Set up for Baron, have Camille push. You've got Rageblade, Bork, Varus. That Baron's going to die so quickly. You got a good tank to tank it up as well. And don't even force it. Just turn. As soon as Steel Wolves come in, you've got so much engage potential. You've already shown how it works. Turn around from the fight. DAY1 actually trying to see if he can actually go for a fight here.
Lots of vision here by Steel Wolves. Gives them some safety. Still though, that blue buff should be taken here on the side of LYB.
Oh yeah, that blue buff belongs to them. Can't do anything about it.
Gamza got 2 levels here on a 0-2. Teleports are available for both top lanes, but we saw it last time. A Nico teleport's a bit more impactful than the Pantheon jumping in. Baron gonna get started up here. That's even without Gary. Actually, without Gary, they can't really do this that fast. Instead, looking to lay a trap. Here we go. Gets a jump on immediately to Vans, who repels. Going to come out. Teleport, though. Coming into the back line. That's going to force Steel Wolves to have to go into the mid lane. Pain. Nice disruption of the Nico, but he's going to be the new target now. He ends up using the Scout of the Week and the Unleashed Power, but it's just not going to be enough. And now the rest of the team can just tackle in onto this Pantheon, able to soak up so much damage, but still going to fall.
Yep, that's going to be a 4-for-0 going in favor of LYB. Gary used the ultimate to try and lock down YJY, but was able to avoid it with the Blade Call. LYB just going to turn straight back around and say, we won the team fight. They got the successful bait. They cleaned them up. Now there's no chance it's going to get stolen. Take the Baron, look at mid turret and say, you're next. Make him scared. They come back down mid to the end of the game. At this point, Steel Wolves coming back into it is it's a desperation play. They want to try and get back to the game.
That's 11,000 gold now in LYB's pocket at 22 minutes. That's about a 500 gold difference per minute so far here.
Brutal.
Looking pretty clean for
Savage.
Game 1.
Wrecked.
Savage wrecked. Absolutely destroyed.
Pretty much.
Unfortunately here for Steel Wolves.
At this point, you need to start discussing game 2. The Pantheon pick didn't work out. Or,
Yeah.
you know what? The Pantheon pick was fine. They were killing Nico.
They just
killed
needed-
Nico once. They need to do that 3 more times.
Yeah.
Put Nico so far behind, but they tried with the ultimate. It just wasn't the way. Forcing the gank is one thing, but you need to have a plan when you go for that force execution. And yeah, Nico's got invisibility. You need a way to work around that clone if you're going to be using the ultimate Pantheon to run into the fight.
Because at that point, once Gamza made that outplay, you pretty much, I don't know, I think if you're Azor right there, you get pretty tilted. You say, oh boy, that's not what they want.
2 minutes left on Baron, and they're splitting up the map, trying to make sure they take everything in sight. Basically give Steel Wolves no opportunity to try and get back to this game.
Top lane, yeah, if a Pantheon's alone, that's going to be an easy pickup, and that's going to be another tower. Not sure why Azor's that far out. Banju might come over. He should be careful. That's another solo member of Steel Wolves starting to step up. Easy does it. A quick throwaway kill coming out from Steel Wolves, and that'll be a easy push now. Starting to get some damage here onto the inhibitor. Bot lane also. Oh, Pain, you can't be that far forward. Nice Scatter of the Week. Flash comes out from Doi. Doi able, though, to keep the lockdown here. Has the ultimate available. Uses it immediately. And solos Pain.
Said Juani able to solo down a Syndra with Cleanse. Now that is devastating. This point is where you wave the white flag open and say, we've tried, guys. Our early game was a bit of a disaster. We need to clean that up for next game.
Get themselves as well the mid lane second tier tower. And damage is there. On to the bot lane inhibitor. And it's 3 waves, all crashing the base. And Steel Wolves are so far behind at this point, they can't even take a kill on one of these lanes. If they try to, they might get exposed. Doi might just go ahead and jump onto Azur. Gamza gonna pop with Spooky Ghost, gets a slow there on to the Pantheon. Oh, there we go. Accident. He's going to get knocked. He's going to get charmed. He's going to get just a quick ultimate off in time, though, and locks down the Rakan. And Vansu, he's trying to dive here into 5 members. That should be it. 3 members alive now for Steel Wolves. And LYB going to start cracking open inhibitors.
Just a simple play coming out from LYB. They were able to capitalize on the aggressive topside map, get an early lead there. And as soon as it hit 15 minutes, team composition's online, ready for a team fight, and Steel Wolves were not able to dismantle the composition before that crucial breakpoint. Beautifully played coming out from LYB.
We see Azor trying to make a stand here. Gamza goes in immediately. Pop Blossom into the root, finds its target, getting some extra damage. YJY is going to get deleted. And like that, it's a 2-21. Game 1 here, LYB igniting the flame immediately here in Game 1.
Yeah, very brutal Game 1 in the Filipino rivalry. Again, Steel Wolves had a plan. They came up with the unorthodox pick of Pantheon. They tried to use it, looked like it was going to work. Made one mistake. Came into a really bad skirmish that went in favor of LYB. And then the team fight at 15 minutes that we knew was coming LYB wanted to happen, and Steel Wolves knew for a fact was going to happen.
I think that's the worst part.
Oof, that was the part
Like,
where it's
that's-
just like, you
Like,
know.
you're forcing Shelly out, which, again, I think turret plates were down at that point, so they didn't get any gold for that Rift Herald. They were just trying to force something that, like, what would you have gained if you just got that tower?
Tower.
It would have just gone in a tower. That's pretty much it.
Everyone from LYB was there, and they were waiting, and they were ready for fight. Nico had such a big flank. And they played so well as a team as well. LYB, you know, one of the best team fighting teams we have in the league. Hopefully that's the team fight we get to watch too.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was a good team fight.
Yeah, Gamza, whoo! He just looks like another. That just looks like a different Kennen ult at that point. It's just Nico. It's just Magic Kennen at that point.
Isn't Kennen Magico?
I don't know. You can go AD on him.
So you can go AD on Nico.
That's true.
Isn't
They're
Kennen
they're
magical?
the same champion, Fish.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh boy. Yeah, we'll be hopefully able to take a quick look at a replay here from game 1. If you take a look though, like we're gonna see it on the scoreboard after. Steel Wolves were 2 kills away from being perfect game. They got a dragon. That was the only objective they were
2
able to
kills from perfect game. One of them was the kill on towards Nico, which was just a brute force of very strong champions top side. Here it is.
One.
And they knew. LYB just came from the river and they walked straight past Steel Wolves. So they knew this was coming. Dodo even shows here. At this point, you're backing away. And this is beautiful by Dodo.
Nasty.
Woo. Dashes towards Sly and throws the ultimate in the direction that he would have jumped. Locks him down. Nico gets the second lockdown. And then finally, Gary waits till the Nico stun's about to expire. Throws it out. Locks down 3 people. Eventually gets Xayah with the final tether. It's beautiful. The follow-up's nice as well. And no Camille Z's coming back off of cooldown. Dodo's ready to
Azor at
dive
this
too.
point, just leave. Why are you jumping in?
It's all over here.
Oh,
And the team composition just becomes online. 6,000 gold lead for a team fighting comp against a pick comp. Team fighting comp will take that any single day. Just massive nosedive coming out for the gold lead in favor of LYB there. Over 15,000 gold ahead at the end of that game.
nicely done here by LYB.
Dodo better get MVP.
You're going with Dodo?
Dodo deserves MVP. His Sejuani was played like an assassin that game. That one ultimate.
Then Nico's going to get it.
One ultimate started the fight. Follow-ups are really good. His early game pathing was good too. Knew how to keep his cool even though he's against a very aggressive top side of the map. And he set his team up for success basically. He's not going to get it. They're going to give it to someone else.
It's going to go to the Nico. It's going to go to Gamza. I can bet it goes to Gamza. I'm very confident. Oh, they might be changing it now. They heard you. There goes Gamza.
Rubbish.
13 KDA coming out on the Nico there. Did his job. Gets the flank
Look at
down.
me, I can press R.
Hey,
Oh.
I remember on release Nico, everyone was missing that ultimate, man. All right.
Oh, great. I remember unreleased Lee Sin was a weak champion. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh boy. With that though, like, it was just a clean game one. I think, like you mentioned, the draft just didn't make sense for Steel Wolves.
No, not at all.
It's just a weird draft. I was happy to see Pantheon.
The
Then I
draft
wasn't.
could make sense if they utilized it correctly, but they didn't. I
Yeah.
would have liked to see them utilize it a lot better. Could have been a lot better coming out for Steel Wolves. They didn't play the pick composition well. Curious to see if they, default back to something more comfortable. Try and fight fire with the team fight, but again, it is a very difficult match going up against LYB anyway. Down to your last game, if LYB pick up the win.
Yeah, with that, LYB, we're going to go up 1-0. When we come back, it's going to be game 2 and see if they can lock in their semi-final spot.